Hi, first, so as promised, I'm back today to read you your next book about monarch butterflies. And here to join us today is Percy. He just jumped on my lap. Don't be surprised if he jumps back down. Or don't be surprised if he bites my microphone. So, like I said yesterday, today we're going to read this book, this new book called Monarch Butterfly Migration. And we're going to be looking for key details in this text. So just like yesterday, we're going to have our attentoscopes out, and we're going to be looking at the pictures and the text to learn new information, to find what is important in this book. So right now you are watching the video. That's a first step in our lesson today, and then you'll do a little bit of work at the end. So remember how to find key details. Use your attentoscope, use your magnifying glass to really look closely as you read the book, as you read the text, and you look at the pictures. You're going to stop and think, what important information do I see in the pictures? Because pictures can tell us just as much as the words can. We've really got to pay close attention. And then check, does it match what I read in the text? I'm going to read you this new book. You'll probably hear some information that we learned in our previous book too, but that's okay. Monarch butterflies. Monarch butterflies can be found around the world. A large population lives in North America, so lots of them live in North America. Monarchs living in the United States and Canada migrate. Some migrate to California, while others fly to Mexico. So remember that that word migrate means they're leaving one place and going to another. Monarchs migrate south each year. They cannot survive northern winters. It gets too cold for those butterflies. Days get shorter in late summer. The climate begins to change. Monarchs can sense these changes. They know it's time to fly. So when I say that the climate begins to change, think about what happens at the end of summer. It starts to get much colder and the days get shorter. So things begin to change. They need to leave. The move south. Some monarchs fly as far as 3,000 miles. They only travel during the day. At night, they cluster together in trees. We have the word cluster with a box around it. I wanted to tell you what that word meant. Look at this picture here. All of these butterflies are sitting together in clumps or in groups. That's what the word cluster means. Monarchs from northeastern United States fly to Mexico. They overwinter in mountains in southern Mexico. That means that in the wintertime, they're going to be staying in Mexico. Flying home. Ooh, look at that beautiful butterfly up close. Those flowers. I wonder what kind of a plant that is. As spring approaches, monarchs begin the flight home. Monarchs find places to rest as they move north. They certainly don't fly that entire time. They'll have to stop. Monarchs rest where there is milkweed. They lay eggs on milkweed. Their larvae can only eat this plant. So larvae, when they're talking about that, they are talking about the caterpillar stage of the butterfly's life. The caterpillars can only eat milkweed leaves. So that's where the monarchs will lay their eggs. When the larvae change into butterflies, they will keep flying north. It takes 3 to 4 generations of butterflies to make it back home. So that same butterfly isn't going to fly all the way from Mexico up to Wisconsin, back to Madison. They'll lay their eggs, and those caterpillars will grow into butterflies. And those butterflies will fly, lay some eggs. Their caterpillars will grow, turn into butterflies, and they might make it to Madison. But the original butterfly probably won't make it. So, now that you have read this book and you've heard me go through the directions on how to find key details, and if you've watched yesterday, this might look familiar. You are going to be adding next to these numbers using Pear Deck things that you learned from this text. And if you need to, you can go backwards in this Pear Deck and you can rewatch the video of me reading. So on this page, you're going to either draw or type or write using the pen tool. At least 2 things that you learned. Maybe you could get 3 on here. 3 things that you have learned from this text, those key details, really important parts. All right, I can't wait to see what you do. Bye.